hotel, taxi eastbound.
Okay, that's the cross runway 25, right at Bravo 170, and then the hotel going from the ball 370. Oh, you got the wrong one, right?
01 Heavy LA Tower, operating trap landing north complex, runway 25 right, line up and wait, traffic crossing downfield.
Runway 25 right, traffic closing, you got 011.
Solaris 899, turn left now, heading 210.
Turning, heading 210, Solaris 899.
Solaris 899, thank you, contact SoCal departure.
Welcome, departure, good day.
Bye-bye.
Tower Delta 353 Heavy is back with the ILS 6 train.
Delta 353 Heavy LA Tower, wind calm, operating trap departing south complex, will turn southbound, on the click right, clear to land.
Click right, clear land, Delta 353 Heavy.
Delta 353 Heavy, everything good now? You don't need any assistance yet?
That's correct, everything seems to have corrected itself, Delta 353 Heavy.
Perfect, wind calm. Singapore 37 Heavy, thanks. Continue down on hotel, and at Bravo 2, hold short, runway 25 right.
Bravo 2, hotel,
Eva 011 Heavy, wind calm, at the shoreline, requesting 210, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
okay, for takeoff, runway 25 right, shoreline, heading 210, you got 011.
American 2468, hold short of Charlie, you can change the ground, 0.75, thanks, have a good day.
Hold short, Charlie, ground 75, have a good night, American.
Eva 011 Heavy, thank you, contact SoCal departure, good flight.
Contact SoCal departure, Eva 011, good night.
And hello, fellow aviators. VREF Simmer here. Welcome to this Friday flight where we will be in the new early access X-Plane 12 and the recently updated Flight Factor Boeing 757-200. So looking forward to it. This is my first time flying on it, and I think it's going to be an exciting flight. It's a short flight. We're just hopping down California coast to San Diego. That's always an exciting approach. Those of you who have flown in there know. A little bit of a shorter runway, localizer approach is what we're planning more than likely out to the west. But here's the Flight Factor 757-200. You can see it looks absolutely beautiful here in the Southern California sun in X-Plane 12. So definitely seems to be a good start. Let's go ahead, let's hop on up here into the aircraft and see if we can get into the cockpit and get everything underway. So appreciate each of you joining in, even if it's later on.
519 at the shoreline, turn left, 210.
Stream this. This is a last second stream. Was not planning to do this at all, but I honestly couldn't resist when I saw that this aircraft was out, and I love the flight factors 757, 767, and X-Plane 11. So looking forward to trying it out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the music down, and we'll go ahead and get started getting the aircraft ready to go down to San Diego. So it should be a pretty quick flight down there this evening. And let's go ahead and get the battery. Actually, first thing, let's make sure we got everything hooked up to the aircraft like we want. We have a ground power unit. We're in gate config, waste unit chocks. We are going to need a fuel truck. Let's go ahead and get that fuel truck here. So we're definitely going to need some fuel. And again, actually, we'll just turn the APU on. We're not going to use the air conditioner unit today. Or maybe we will. I kind of would like to see if the want to see the animation for the air hookup. Okay, so while they're all hooking up, let's go ahead and power up the aircraft, get the battery switch on, standby power to auto.
You can exit here and continue taxi Echo Delta 8.
All these switches, we'll flip those on. Looks like we have external power available. That's good. Position wing, logo lights on. And go ahead and get the IRUs warming up there in the nav.
Continue Bravo 2 cross runway
Cage
25 right,
the
right turn onto Bravo, taxi full length.
add to indicator here. There we go.
Bravo 2 cross runway 25 right, right turn on Bravo.
Good. And let's check our FMC. So we are 757-200. It's the Pratt & Whitney engines. Yep. And active nav database is in there, which it took a little bit of doing to get it to work. I had to actually add a GNS 430 file in the X-Plane 12 folder. But if y'all have questions about that, feel free to ask me, or you can Google it. That's how I found out about it. I basically just copied the setup I had from X-Plane 11 and was able to get the navigation database updated here. Okay, so we are in Los Angeles. Let's get the current GPS position in here. And the update for this plane was actually pretty easy to carry out. All I had to do was already had this aircraft installed in X-Plane 11. I went in there to the X Updater and updated it to the beta version. And then I just copied the file, the aircraft file that's in X-Plane 11, and moved it over to the same location in X-Plane 12. And this is what I had when I loaded it up. So not too bad, right? All right, so while that's all going, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple quick tests over here, and then we'll start up the APU. Let's do the squib test. I'll go ahead and do this ground prox warning.
Slide slow.
Check
Slide
while we're
slow.
back here.
6847 heavy LHR.
Go ahead for a
Terrain. Pull up.
6847 heavy LHR.
All right, cool. That all looks good. Let's get back in the
cross runway 25 right, taxi Bravo full length.
seat up here
Cross 25 left, cross 25 right.
and
Bravo to full length, master.
get the APU started up so we can go ahead and get ready for some get some air conditioning on here before we get the passengers on board. So weight wise, let's go ahead and check out our weights. We are planning to have 177 passengers on board today, and fuel is going to be at 15,700 pounds. And our zero fuel weight we're planning on is 173,251, so need to get that up by about 700 pounds. So what, 6,700 pounds of cargo should do the trick, I believe. So 173,274. Yep, that's perfect. That'll work. Let's go ahead and get the passengers coming on board. Get the fuel going. Let's see if the fuel. Yep, fuel's automatically on, so that's good. And everybody's starting to get on board. All right. I am gonna get PACX started. We have quite a few passengers to get on board, so go ahead and get PACX rolling so that we can. Oops, actually, I think I already have it running. There it is. Perfect. So we're gonna be going Los Angeles to San Diego. We are United 1956, and we're going up to 17,000 feet today. Flight time is 55 minutes, gate to gate. I think we have about 45 minutes, I'll just say, in PACX till we take off. Hopefully it'll be sooner than that, but we'll keep it rolling here. Is that 177 passengers? Yep. And I'll get the boarding music loaded. We United, the United safety brief.
Runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
And we're not going to be serving meals today. It's a really short flight. All right, there we go. Everybody's starting to load up, which is perfect.
Monster 6847 heavy, caution wake turbulence, opposite direction traffic.
All right, so let's go ahead and load up the MechDo with our routes. So Los Angeles to San Diego. There it is, San Diego, or 1956 is our flight number. We are on VATSIM, but there aren't any controllers online, so it'll, it'll basically just be a uncontrolled departure. So 25 rights, Los Angeles 1, Mission Bay, transition, activate. That all looks good. Execute. In San Diego, we'll have to see what's going on with the. We'll have to see what's going on with the winds, because I think they're going to shift to the east at some point. But I think we're going to be going into the localizer to 27, but we'll see. So let's go to performance now. Zero fuel weight's 173.3. That's in 15.7, 189,000 for our gross weight. Remember, 700 on the taxi, so that matches up with what I have written down from the sim brief flight release. There's our takeoff weight's planned at 188.2, so that looks good. Cost index, it's all the way up at. We're going to be moving today. Cost index, I believe I saw it was at 120. Yes, 120. So that's pretty impressive. So I'm going to put that in. Cruise winds are at 080 at 36. So punch that in. Then from the flight release, and then reserves are at 9.0. Just 1,000 below what we're landing with. We have flaps 5 takeoff. I use Top Cat to run the numbers here for our performance. So flaps 5, it's derated thrust at plus 56C for our flex temperature. We'll get the CG calculated 3.4 on the trim, and V1 is 139. VR 143 and V2 145. That's all set. Perfect. All right, that's all looking good now. Let's go ahead and we'll do some flows. Get the panel all set up here. So we'll start down here at the bottom. The right electric pump on. We'll leave the engine pumps on all the time. Get the yaw dampers on. They should get going here in a minute. Doors are all looking good. Let's check that the battery is working. There's a main battery discharge. Okay, good. It's all looking good. And lights, already got those set. Fuel, we're planning 15.7. We have 15.7 on board. Nothing in the center tank today. That's good. That light being out, that's normal when the APU is operating. Set this to the other side to 1. Emergency lights on. Get the window heats on. Going to turn on our no smoking and seatbelt sign. Get the auto rate to the little tick mark there. Landing altitude, San Diego. Let's check it out here in Avatab. Touchdown's elevation is 17 feet, so let's roll this down to 20 feet or so. So I can get it to go. Alright, 20 feet, yep, that's set, and we want to be on auto. We'll do auto 1. Perfect. Let's check our... Test all the lights. I had the hardest time finding this button when I was first learning about this aircraft. With this little bitty test button right there. But works. APU's been operating for a while now, so we'll go ahead and switch the bleeds over to the APU. So we got the APU going, isolation valve open, packs to auto, trim air recirc fans on, and temperatures to auto. There we go. Alright, let's check the oxygen masks. Got all this set. 17,000 is going to be our initial altitude. We don't really have a top altitude on the Los Angeles one. And heading of, here, let's pull it up on Avatab here. Because I don't think I had the departure up here yet, so we need to pull that up. Let's see, departure, it's the Los Angeles one. There it is. While it loads. And it's initially a heading of 251, so I'll go ahead and get that set in. So 251 heading, set. So I'll turn that off, and 145 is already set for our V2. So PFD is looking good. I'm going to turn this over to map mode though, instead of the compass rose. Don't really want the compass rose there. Altimeter, it's pretty low. It's at 2956, so let's go ahead and get that set across the board here. 2956. Low pressure. Los Angeles today. I saw it was really windy in the western United States earlier today. Like extremely windy. They have a lot of fires going on, so wind's not good for that for sure. Let's just go through here and check everything. Recall. Check the hydraulic quantity. It's all looking good. 89s. Oil quantities at 17. That's good. And that's all normal. Okay, good. Auto brakes down to RTO. It's been a little while since I've flown the 757, so this will be a fun flight for sure. Just trying to remember how to do everything. All right, we'll go ahead and pull up the. Whoops, that's what I wanted, was the takeoff speeds on the first officers. We'll keep the legs on the captains. Mech 2. Okay, I need to. One of these knobs, at least on the 767, it's always out of auto. It's this one yet. Computer needs to be in auto. And everything else looks good. Check the. Alright, that all matched. That's all good. Stab trim, like we said, that needs to be set to 3 or 3.4. So that's quite a ways down. Definitely wouldn't want to forget to set that correctly. That could be a disaster if you didn't set it right. And weather radar, we'll set that later. That's all good. What else do we have here? Let's keep going down the center. Get our radios set. There we go. We 2,000 for the.
Do you want us to prepare for Foxtrot or Bravo 1?
Let's go full length.
Check our overheats.
Okay, thank you for Bravo 1.
Alright, good, that's all working. Perfect. So our 8 cars, that's cool. And 121.5s are there, 122.8s and 1. That's just what we want. Okay. And the last thing I need to do is just get everything set up on the navigation display here. So I'll roll the DH down to the negative to clear it out, and we want to have traffic. Yep, TCAS. data. Yep, that's all good. And I think we're pretty much ready to roll here. Alright. Oh, first officer side, let me get that down. And we'll change him over to same thing. Okay, perfect. Well, while we're finishing up the boarding, let's go ahead and let's do the departure briefing really quickly. Before we do that, I just want to look outside and see what's going on. The exterior. This looks nice. You can see this is the ORBX scenery for Southern California. I had it for X-Plane 11 and I was able to just move it over here to X-Plane 12. It appears to be working pretty well so far. We'll see as we get in the air, see what it looks like from the air. But let's hop on back up into the flight deck, do our departure briefing really quickly. So I'll pull up the
Bearings 141, right turn, whiskey, right turn, echo. What's your gate?
the browser, so you can see that. So give me 1 second to get that displayed. Makes me redo it every time we start flight. Here we go. Alright. So here's the flight release, and you can see we are 1956 Los Angeles, San Diego, 757-200, which is all correct. No, nothing that's deferred on the aircraft on that minimum equipment list. That's all good. And our zero fuel weight, like I said, 173,251. That's all set. Takeoff weight's 188.1 and landing weight's 183.3. So our max landing weight in the 757-200 is 198.0. So we would not be overweight if we had to come back to land right away, which is something good to keep in mind. For our fuel, plane gate was 15.7, and we have 15.6, 15.7 on board right now, which is good. And mid takeoff is 14.9. For the weather right now in this area, well, Los Angeles is currently winds light 110 at 4. I think they're still departing to the west, 10 miles, and broken at 15,000. Temperature's 27, dew point 18, altimeter is 2956, which we do have set on all three of the altimeters right now. Down in San Diego, forecast is, well, currently calm winds, 10 miles, broken at 22,000. Temperature 27, dew point 20. Still low pressure down there, 2958. And forecast is calling for variable winds, plus 6 miles, broken 18, broken 25. And last I saw, they were landing to the west on runway 27. So more than likely it'll be that localizer 27. And winds are forecast to move out of the east later on today. So we'll see if that shifts. But I think they're fairly light, at least for a while. So probably be landing runway 27. No attempts that should affect us today. And let's go ahead and check out the taxi diagram. So we are parked at 75 Alpha here in Los Angeles. So we'll push back the exit in the ramp at Charlie 7, and we'll plan. I think it's going to be uncontrolled, so it'll be a left turn on to Charlie 7, left turn Bravo 1 to 25 right. More than likely. Plenty of runway for that. Standard abort criteria, so it'll be at or below 80 knots. We'll abort for a variety of reasons. Above 80 knots only for engine fire, severe engine damage, or the inability of the aircraft to get or stay airborne. For our takeoff data, we do have plane flaps 5, derated thrust at 56C. EPRO we're looking for is 1.35, and speeds are set at 139, 143, 145. 145 is set in the speed bucket up here.
1644 heading 210, thanks. Contact
All right.
departure, good day.
And we are squawking 2000 right now. Since it is we're on an instrument flight plan, but no controllers online right now in VATSIM. And for our there's the departure. So we're initially cleared. Our filed route is on the Los Angeles 1 off 25 right. Climb heading 251, which is set to cross Santa Monica 160 at or below 3000. You see here. Then on radar vectors to assigned route fixed transition. I'm sorry. Climb heading 251 across Santa Monica 160 at or below 3000. Then turn left on heading 221. Expect radar vectors to assign route fixed transition. So I'm going to go ahead and arm the LNAV, so that'll keep us, that'll make sure we make that turn when we're supposed to. And so it's vectors, and then we go out to Seal Beach, which we have right here, which is at or above 4,000. We put on the plan mode. There we go. Santa Monica, vectors, Seal Beach, Dana, Oceanside, Tariff, and then Mission Bay, and then direct. So that all looks good. We're showing a total distance in here of 80 miles, and on the release we were planned at 138. So when we throw in that approach, it'll add quite a bit. So all right, let's go back to map mode. There we go.
On the phone 105 heavy at the shoreline, turn left heading 210, runway 25
That's the
right,
plan. We'll climb up 1,000 feet, get the flaps, start getting the flaps retracted, and have LNAV armed. I'll likely arm the autopilot above 1,200 feet just to reduce our workload on this short flight, and we'll make sure we aren't going to get to the transition altitude. We're at 17,000 for our cruise. Excuse me. And only terrain, we have mountains out to the east. We'll be over the ocean, I think, for a good chunk of this flight. Engine failure procedure straight out in the ocean. We'll climb at 3,000 feet, come back around to land here in Los Angeles, more than likely, since it has plenty of runway here. Let me go ahead and get the ACARS running. I'm not sure if it's going to work. I'm going to give it a shot though. It's the United Virtual Airlines ACARS system. That's why you'll see me fly on United quite a bit on my streams. Is I do fly for United Virtual Airlines, which it's fun. Okay, I'm not sure it's gonna work. So, oh, there it is. It's working now. So,
Alaska 182, continue the next right turn.
Okay, looks like it's working. Perfect.
Alright, next right turn, right turn.
Let's go ahead and do the before start check. Departure briefing complete. FMCs, radios programmed, set. Pull this armrest up. Verified. IRS, nav. Aligned. Fuel panel.
American 1411 LHR, Cosmic Service, Heavy 777 departed, off-track traveling, landing north complex, full length, runway 25 right, and line of wing.
Full length, 25 right.
4 pumps on, and 0 cross feeds open. The fuel quantity is 15.6 pounds cleared, cross-checked, cabin signs on, hydraulic quantity normal, oil quantity normal, oxygen check complete, auto brakes, RTO. Altimeters 2956 is cross-checked. Parking brake is, I want to make sure this is working like it's supposed to. There we go, yep, set, and pressure normal. Gross weight is 189, plan 188.2 for takeoff, checked. Airspeed bugs, V1, 139 VR, 143 V2, 145 is set.
Turn left heading 210, runway 25 right,
Fuel
clear for takeoff.
control switches cut off. Trim is 0, 0, and 3.4. Set. Doors. We're standing by. Get that here in just a minute. All right, let's see how the loading's going in the back. Let me check on the check with the flight attendant here in whoops. Check with the flight attendant here in Pack X. See how it's going.
Short 24 LA Tower, altimeter 2955, clearing above airspace area 2 as requested, squawk 0252.
Boarding is
Short 24, thanks. We are over.
let's see, flight attendant. Boarding status check. Yeah, let's get that.
Southwest 2592 LA Tower,
6 minutes. I'm going to tell them to expedite the boarding because we need to get going. Expedite boarding. Alright. Well, here's the views from the back of the cabin here.
210, thanks. Contact departure.
I'm going to go ahead and start getting some of the extra ground equipment disconnected. But we can get rolling right away as soon as the flight attendants are ready in the back. So let's go ahead and get we do have the APU generators on, operating, all of that. Yep.
Southwest 2592, officer travel line.
Utility buses are working like they're supposed to now. I don't know why they kicked off. That was weird. Alright, GPU off. Oh no. Is the APU not running? That was weird. Probably should have disconnected it right there first. That was a dirty transfer.
Tower. Again.
Alright, we'll have to check and make sure everything's cool with the we'll check and make sure everything's good in the flight management computer really quickly. So I'm just gonna go through everything while we're waiting. Won't hurt. Pausing it. Yep. Looks like everything's still good there. Route's looking good. It's good. Perfect nits. Everything's good. Takeoff. All the speeds are still there. Okay. Good. Alright. Glad to hear that. I'm going to go ahead and throw in this while we're waiting. VR 27
2592, thanks for the return. Contact departure.
with the Lindy transition. Alright, that'll work. Perfect. Alright, we'll brief that in the air though. So I'm just curious what that shows our distance at now. 111. Yes, that's a little closer to what the release was saying. Cool. Well, we will get underway here in just a quick minute. I don't believe. Let's go check. Let's go check VATSIM really quickly. See what's being shown here on the SimAware. It's like not much. One other person here leaving out of Los Angeles and VATSIM. and nobody down in San Diego right now, so pretty quiet. It's kind of middle of the night here in this part of the world, so not a whole lot going on. There we go. Alright. Let's hop on back in the cockpit. See if I can find out how much longer the flight attendants need here. Got a lot of people to board in a 757, that's for sure. Okay, looks... Alright, they're ready. We'll go ahead and give them the general. So we can go ahead and get the door closed. All the ground stuff's good. Gate config off. And we'll go ahead and get the flight deck door closed and locked.
Very 762 LHR, opposite traffic lining north complex, runway 25 right forward, line up and wait.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and get the rest of this done. We'll let this go and let this turn on and off. There we go. And then that should come back on. Perfect. Alright, got the fuel pumps on, got the, everything's looking good. I'll get the red and a collision lights rolling. And okay. So let's continue with the before start check. Doors are now closed. Nav, beacon lights on, cabin preparation complete, ACARS initialized, connected, before start check complete. Alright, so we are ready to push. So let me just go outside and make sure we're still looking clear. Back behind us, and we are. Let's get the jet bridge disconnected. So I press Shift G to get this, and there goes the jet bridge backing away from the aircraft. Looks like the beacon is working. That's good to see. See if the other lights are working on the Flight Factor 7.5. Yep, we have the position lights on. And still have chocks. We need to get the chocks removed. So let's go ahead and get that removed really quickly. That's going to be in the ground area. Yep, chocks removed because we're going to go ahead and have the... We have a pushback to the... We're just going to go straight back. I think they just pull up and we get rolling. So we'll go ahead and make our announcement here on X-Pilot. Los Angeles traffic, United 1956 Boeing 757, push and start gate 75 Alpha, Los Angeles. Alright, so that's good. Make sure our transponder is on. I don't know, that wasn't on the checklist, but something definitely need to do. Especially these big airports like this. Okay, so hopefully we're gonna get the... I think I remember from the Zebo experience that it takes a while for the tug to drive up. Let's go outside and see if we can see him coming.
Southwest 2378, runway 25 right, line up and wait.
25 right, line up and wait, Southwest 23.
Don't see anybody yet. I hear somebody now. I thought I did. Oh, here comes the tug. Perfect. They're just going through the tunnel underneath the terminal there. Cool. We got them in sight. Alright, here we go.
Commencing pushback. Release parking brake.
Alright, parking brake's released. Clear to push. Alright, here we go. Alright, packs off. And start 2, then 1. 2. Oil pressure 1, EGT.
Disconnect. Pushback completed.
Alright, brake set. Thanks for the good push. Cool. So that's just a generic default X-plane pushback with Shift G. It worked. Alright, we're getting our light up. EGT stabilized. I think it was really fast. I've heard that they're gonna have to work on the engines. Like the engines spool up really quickly right now. Okay, let's go ahead and start number 1.
28, 42 LHR, operator, travel landing north complex, only 25 right line of await.
25 right, line of await, American,
2.
Copa 303, turn left now, heading 210.
Low pressure.
left heading.
And 1.
Copa 303.
EGT. Past the tick there.
Departure.
Departure, Copa 303. Good day.
Cargo left.
Fuel flow and light up.
LA Tower at Foxtrot, cross runway 25 left, hold short, runway 25 right.
Foxtrot cleared across, 25 left, hold short, 25 right, cargo 23 go first.
Yeah, we have the starter cut out, all of that. Alright, that was fast. EGT's already rolling back. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and switch the bleeds over.
Runway 6 right, clear to land, wind calm.
Clear to land, 6 right, that looks 67 close heavy.
American 2842 at the shoreline, turn left heading 210.
Alright,
full length clear for takeoff.
Shoreline, left turn 210, 25 right, take up American 2042.
Polaris 917.
Things looking good on the after start. Everything's perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll taxi out and we'll do the flaps, everything on the roll. Here we go. Whoa, we are moving. I guess this is idle thrust. And we are. We'll have to like ride the brakes. Alright, well here we go. Like we said, we're exiting Charlie 7, so I'll go ahead and announce here. Los Angeles International Traffic United 1956 Boeing 757 taxiing from the ramp, exiting Charlie 7 and taxiing Bravo 125 right, Los Angeles International. Alright, so clear right, clear left. We'll say the engines maybe are a little bit too powerful. I don't know. I really don't know. Seem to be compared to what they were in X-Plane 11. I'm guessing they're. I think I read in one of the Flight Factor forums that they're going to tune the engines once the final version of X-Plane 12 is released. So that's probably part of it. But we might be a true rocket ship getting out of here today. Let's go ahead and do flaps 5. And watch your knees. Okay, and have a way to disconnect the just the rudder and the nozzle steering. Yeah, so this is idle thrust. You can see we are screaming down the taxiway right now. Just want to slow us down a little bit. Alright, we'll go ahead and do our quick briefing here. We're planning to take off runway 25 right out of Los Angeles, went up to 17,000 initially. We got 251 for the departure, and then Santa Monica radial at below 3. Then saw the vectors see here legs off the Seal Beach. Center board criteria speeds are set at flaps are at 5. Speeds are 139, 143, 145. 3.4 set in the trim. And standard abort criteria. Trim 59 airspace. go ahead and do the before takeoff check. Flaps 5, plans indicating and detent. Let's check that detent actually. Can't really see it from the captain's side. Yep.
At the shoreline, turn left, heading 210.
Alright, I'm gonna try to slow us down. This is crazy. FMC's radios are program set verified. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Control check complete. Engine anti-ice is off. Isolation switches. Did I get that off? Yes, I did. Okay. Fuel control switches run locked. Trim sway speeds are check set. FMC's radios program set for departure. Thrust is reduced plus 56. Set. MCP is V2. The heading altitude checked. And LNAV is arm LNAV. That's set. Auto throttle is now armed. I didn't want that armed. I don't know why that was armed before. Interesting. Cabin notification. Let's make sure they're all ready to go. Check pack X here. It'll tell me. Yep, cabin is ready for departure. Cabin notification complete. Transponder. Go to TARA. Auto throttle's armed. ICAS is, let's check the recall. Yep, that all looks good. And landing and strobe lights. We'll go ahead and get everything on. Looks clear on final. Los Angeles International Traffic, United 1956, Boeing 757. Taking off runway 25 right, will be departing to the south, Los Angeles. Alright, let me get the runway turn off lights on. Here we go. Now we got them all. Alright, so when we line up on the runway, it's a heading of 251 that we're looking for. I love the way they modeled the lights here in X-Plane 12, though. You can see the actual like structure of them, which is pretty cool, embedded in the runway. Alright, so 251's verified, 25 rights, verified. I have controls. Here we go. There's the 1.1. We'll advance forward. And thrust. Eeper. Any knots? Check. So don't have any call outs right now. The Flight Factor. Go on, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. And LNAV is armed. Okay, that's good. Here comes a flyby. Right there's that Santa Monica radial. Alright. VNAV. Autopilot on. And climb thrust is set there. So we'll accelerate. So our flaps 1 speed is at 190. Clean speed's at 210. So 190 will go ahead, retract to Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put Seal Beach in, direct. Seal Beach, execute. Since nobody's out here. Alright, flaps 1. And at 210 we're at our clean speed. Flaps up. After takeoff check. Go ahead and turn off the APU. Landing gear lever, up, off, flaps, up. Altimeter is, we're just gonna stand, we're not gonna go above flight 180, landing lights are gonna stay on also. After takeoff check complete. So this is the ORBX scenery, which does not look too bad. It's definitely better than the defaults, I think. Alright, this is very aggressive getting us back on track. We'll get our heading bug. I'm actually gonna set it over there because I think that's, yeah. Let's check the view in the back. This is pretty cool. We can see the beach. There's the airport just off our right. See some of the shadows from the clouds. Wow, you can hear that bass in the engines. But cool view of the LAX airport there. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be a really quick flight for sure. I would turn the weather radar on just for fun. I just want to see if it's working. We don't have any weather to really look at, but I wonder if we'll even do a test. Let's see if we can do the test. Yeah, who knows? Alright. Well, I'll have to go fly somewhere with some good weather sometime, some storms and such, to check that out. Oh yeah, this ORBX scenery looks much better than the default we were flying into Los Angeles the other night, so definitely recommend this. I've seen some of the content creators with their orthos, which those all look really good. Alright, we're about 10,000 feet now, so we can listen to a little bit of our music for a little while as we cruise down to San Diego. I think actually we need to go ahead and just keep on climbing at 250 more than likely, so I'm going to set we'll just climb at 250, get on up there to 17,000. Otherwise, we're gonna be leveling off 17,000 past our top of descent, which is not ideal. Alright, so we're coming up to Seal Beach, and at Seal Beach, we were planning to have 12,348 pounds of fuel. And we're showing 13.5, so looking good on the fuel. That's excellent. Now let's see, our TAT's at +7C, so we're gonna maybe need to turn on the go get the wing. Turn on our continuous ignition. And get the wing and cow anti-ice on. There we go. So we get into the clouds now. Alright, 16,000 or 17,000. I never heard any sort of an altitude alert, but definitely have the annunciator there, the amber alt alert. Alright, there we are, speeding out to cap. I'm just going to keep this at 250 knots because we're going to be descending right back down here in just a second. Let's go ahead and get the weather in San Diego. I'll actually pull that up so you all can see it too. Actually gonna be using Pilot Edge and the, whoops, sorry about that. Using Pilot Edge's service because they keep you with the good ATIS even when they're closed for controllers. But Foxtrot's current there. Actually, that's pretty old. We're not going to use that, so disregard. All right, I'm going to pull up the latest weather using my cell phone. So right now in San Diego, about 30 minutes ago. Winds, we're still out of the west-northwest, 4 knots, 10 miles. We're open at 23,000, temperature 27, dew point 21, altimeter is 2955, so still landing only 27. So let's get 2955 set in the altimeters across the board. Autopilot seems to be doing a pretty decent job so far. 255, that's all set. And we already have the approach set in there. Let me jump on our top of descent. And we're going to be descending down to 5,000 feet. So I'll go ahead and set that in, 5,000. Set. Say it's pilot's discretion to 5,000. So 5 set. So we want to be at 10,000 feet, 250 knots, within 30 miles of San Diego, and then we have to lose 7,000 feet to get there. So 7 times 3 is 21. So that'd be 51 miles from San Diego. I'll set that in. That's when we need to begin our descent. So we still have a few miles left. Alright, on the Avatab, on the tablet, San Diego International. It's going to be 25th December 2011-3, localized are only 27. Localized frequency is going to be 110.9. We'll go ahead and get that set. Down here, of course, is going to be 275. Alright, there it is. And cross Rebo at 2000. MDA is going to actually be 680. Just 663 above. So got that set. So I actually have, we're going to be going to Lindy, which is RNAV, GPS required max at 210 knots when we get there. So 210 at or above 5. Then Vita, above 4. Alright, we're going to start our descent now. There we go. Vita at or above 4. O'Kane at or above 3,600. Sigi at or above 2,700. Rebo at or above 2,000. And then we have the runway. Published miss. It's visual out there, so we'll just go back around in the traffic pattern more than likely. This is what I'll do. It's uncontrolled. MSA is 2100 to the west, 4400 to the north, 5400 to the east of Mission Bay VOR. Past obstacle, there's a mountain, 3,528 feet down to the southeast of the approach course. Pepe on the right, miles lighting. Infoland. Afterwards, I need to get rid of some of these charts here. A little cluttered. So left-hand turn off at the end, Bravo 10, and we're parking down here in the Alpha terminal. I think it's actually, let me see really quickly if I can find the gates, parking spots and coordinates. Yeah, that's what I need. It was gate 16 today is where we're parking, so really short taxi. We'll just make sure we start our timer and give the engines time to cool down. Alright, that's the plan. Alright, let's go ahead and do the approach descent check. Approach briefing complete. FMC's radio is programmed set for departure. ICAS is a recall. And so landing altitude is set. Airspeed, we need to go ahead and get that set. Let me run the numbers on Top Cat really quickly. So San Diego, runway 27. And give me just a second while I run this. Alright, like we said, it's going to be flaps 30. VREF is 126, and V approach is 131. Plan landing weight at 183.4. That all checks out. Distance required, we need 4,600 feet of runway. And if we're using auto brakes of, we'll use auto brakes at 2. It's gonna be 5,600 feet of runway. We have 9,400 available. But past the threshold, let's see. After glide slope, it's at, here, I'll pull it up on. Alright, it's here. 2.7. Then it'd be on threshold 7590. So yep, that'll all work. Perfect. So let's punch these in and we can continue the checklist. So it's 30. Slant. 126. So pretty close to what it's computing in there. Cool. And like we said, we're going to be auto brakes too. Okay. I'm not sure why we're at 270 knots right now. Obviously I was descending a little too quickly, so I was putting some flight level change at 250 knots and autopilot will take care of it for us. Okay. Like we said, approach descent check. Airspeed is 30 flaps, and V target is it's gonna be 131 V target. Bugs are set. I don't know how to set them on here, but we have it written down. We'll get there. H is set. Auto brake set. Altimeter 2955. Cross checked, and landing lights on. Approach descent check complete. Check out some of this scenery. We've been staying pretty busy on the flight so far. But there's that ORBX scenery down below. You can see it's really top notch. As always, ORBX does a good job. And out off the right side, we can see the ocean. A lot of ocean. Here's the back. It looks pretty nice. There's a flyby. Looks like there's some hanging lights, but that's just a bug, I'm guessing, because this is a beta within a beta, basically. Alright, we get back inside the cockpit. It looks really nice, I think. I really do. I like it. See if I can get a cool view up here, maybe. Alright. We'll try to get our range down a bit so we can stay on track. So after Mission Bay, we actually need to go ahead and get on some vectors. So I'm going to switch this over to heading mode. Here we go. And I'm going to clean this up. Be direct to Lindy, so execute and LNAV. Let's see, that might be a little bit too much. Too steep of an intercept? I think it is. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to take us back into heading mode, and we'll that'll help us to balance it out a little bit more. I don't know if I gave the bells, but I should. I'm going to turn off the we can count any ice now. It's plus 25 out, so we got plenty of. I'm just gonna leave the continuous ignition on though. On the mountains and all. Alright, so we need to make sure we're at 210 knots by the time we get to Lindy. So we're leveled off now at 5,000. There's downtown San Diego. So we'll be rolling into that area here pretty soon. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start slowing us back to 210 knots now. Alright, flaps 1. Flaps 5.
Inspection in progress. Hold short runway 25 right.
Hold short 25 right, you want 90 right.
See the flaps coming out. That's cool. There's 210 knots. Perfect. We'll try to keep us from getting a jip whiz warning or anything. So we are leveled off now. I'm going to go ahead and set our next altitude is going to actually be 4,000. So I'm going to set that. Once we get past Lindy. And once we get on the approach, I'm going to turn the music down. So that'll be pretty soon. So it's keeping our speed. It seems to be jockeying the thrust levers a little bit though. Alright, music's coming down. We're getting on the approach.
Fleet 3, Center Bravo, airspace radar terminated, change the advisory frequency approved.
Fleet 3.
Yeah, this ORBX scenery it is pretty cool. Really nice. And I just saw you have the orthos for basically like anywhere in the world. I have not created any of those yet, but I guess it's probably pretty similar to this. Just takes up a lot of memory though, right? I'll say so far the Flight Factor 7.5 it's definitely flyable. It's not as I don't know, we'll see what it's like on landing. I didn't have any trouble rotating. Like when I was flying the Zebo 7.3 the other night, the beta within the beta, it did not want to rotate off the runway. This one definitely rotated fine. It just seemed like, I don't know if it's because I was really light, we were able to taxi really fast at idle thrust, or maybe that's normal in the 7.5. I don't know, but that was crazy. I was really having to ride the brakes. Okay. So pretty soon we're going to begin our turn to Lindy. And it's a 3.5 degree slope down after Rebo, so that's about 900 feet per minute descent, so that'll be pretty good. Obviously it's visual meteorological conditions today. We're getting a great view of the mountains out here. Alright, I'm going to start turning this in. toward Lindy. And we're recenter that execute LNAV. And we're clear for the approach. Looks like VNAV started taking us down. I think it should be able to. See how this is doing. Okay, so final approach fix is Rebo. So 5 out from Rebo, which is basically at OK, and we want to be going ahead and slowing it back. So I'm actually going to slow our speed back now to 180. So I'm gonna go on back to 160. There we go. Let's go flaps. Oh, we gotta slow down a little more. $2,700 is our next altitude. Flaps 15. Gear down. And we're going to slow it on back to V approach, which is 131. There we go. Flaps 20. Turn the autopilot off. I'm just gonna hand fly it. Flaps 25, I thought I already called that. Runway is in sight, like we said. Just gonna keep it coming down here. Nice steep approach. And flaps 30.
Control aircraft formation, Victor Corral, all the way up station.
And San Diego International Traffic United 1956, 5 mile final runway 27 San Diego. And reducing vertical speed. Slowly getting us back onto our profile where we're supposed to be. And let's see if I can try to think about how you arm this in the Flight Factor. I don't remember. I know in the there, I think it's armed now. Alright, before landing check, cabin notification complete, landing gear down, 3 green lights. Speed brakes armed, flaps 30 planned, 30 indicating. Detent, missed approach, heading and altitude. We're going to be going back up to 2,000, actually it'll be 1,600 feet. Missed approach, heading altitude set. We're landing check complete. We're not getting any call outs, which is kind of crazy.
1,000.
There's downtown. Man, this looks great on ORBX. Look at that. Wow. Really, really something else. Try to get the... I don't have the VATSIM.
Terrain.
Continue.
500.
It's just the fun. Alright, auto throttle's coming off.
Terrain.
It's just a fun approach.
Sync rate.
Reduce some vertical speed.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, let's see if the reversals will go. There they go. Did the speed brake deploy? Yep, it did. Excellent. Coming up manually, and there's 80 knots. It's gonna take it all the way to the end here and off to the left. I don't know if this auto brake. Let's manually turn it off. There. Guess I gotta flip the reverser levers again one more time to turn it off. Alright, here we are at the end. Pretty short taxi. Looks like there's already a United Bird over there at one of the gates. Here where we're going. Alright. And San Diego traffic, United 1956. Clear runway 27, taxi and Bravo 10 to parking. San Diego. Alright, after landing check. Start the timer too. Huh. Well, let me see if I can get this other light off. It's get a little tricky. I don't know why it's not letting me turn this up. There it goes. And so we're going to gate number 16.
T1, that's tow 1. Skyway, so standby.
Which is...
Roger. Skyway, so reposition via Bravo.
Right here.
T1 is approved.
And this airport here looks really nice too. It does, it does. And make sure the radar is off. Yep. That is a quick taxi. Run off the nose. We'll go outside and try to help get us stopped the right spot here. Alright, there we are. Set the park and brake. Get the chocks in. Chocks, GPU. Gate config, waste unit, loader units, luggage loaders. Cool. Alright, let's shut down the Actually, I need to get the APU going. Unless they get the external power connected first, which they might. So I'm still waiting. It's been 2 minutes, so we have about 30 seconds. Shut the engines down. See if they're bringing that power, the ground power unit. Yep, there it is. So we should have power. Well, I'll start the APU. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's not working. I'm not sure I called for the after landing check because it's such a short taxi, but anyways, flaps are up, speed brakes retracted, landing strobe lights are off, transponder is out, and APU, actually we can go turn it all the way out to standby now, and APU is now coming up, starting. Yeah, we're not getting any external power indications there. Alright, there we go. Let's wait on that run light. It's running. Excellent. Let's go ahead and shut down the engines then. Alright, shutting down 2. Shutting down 1. And I just gotta set my fill out my ACARS report. And we were what? That was the LOC 27 to San Diego. So that's set. And I'll go ahead and turn off the red position light. We can go ahead and get the jet bridge connected now. Fuel pumps, hydraulic pumps, all that can all come off. Got the chocks in, like we said. Did I get the... These are off, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, yep, good. Ignition, ignition. I think I had that on for the turbulence over the mountains, but got that off now. So standby. Okay, let's do the parking check. Parking brakes set, APU ground power as required. Fuel control switch is cut off. Fuel flow is showing 0. Transponder standby, emergency lights. Let's turn those off. I think they're having some trouble out here with the jet bridge. Oh wow, looks like the gate. Wow, the jet. Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, we'll just keep it going here in the cockpit. It's like a crisscross jet bridge out there. Beacon is off. Fuel pumps off. Anti-ice off. Window heat off. ACARS in flight. Hydraulic pumps off except the engine. Once, yep. Go ahead and turn off that right one too. And IRS, let's go ahead and turn that off. Parking check complete. Well, welcome to San Diego. Certainly appreciate y'all riding along here in the Flight Factor 757-200 in the X-Plane early release. Final verdict, it's definitely flyable. Definitely flyable. It was a lot of fun. I don't know about the thrust, if it's completely dialed in or accurate yet, but I think what I read on the forums for Flight Factor is that is something that they're looking at, something that they are going to have addressed and dialed in once the final release comes out for X-Plane 12. But we'll go ahead, we'll check out the replay of the landing. I haven't tried that yet in X-Plane. I'm guessing it still works well just like it did in X-Plane 11. But for now, VRF Simmer signing off. I will be on later this evening flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 CRJ 550 from Denver to Flagstaff, checking out some new payware scenery that's available in Microsoft Flight Simulator for Flagstaff. So certainly welcome you all to join aboard that. But thank you everyone who did join live and also is watching later. Appreciate having you aboard. VRF Center signing off for now. See ya.